And he joins us on the River Islands guest line. Brian Baldinger, presented by our proud partner, Golden State Lumber and Showroom, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. Building better starts with Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit goldenstatelumber.com. And you should be on YouTube right now watching us because he's got a beautiful
Look at that
Christmas tree. He's got the star on top.
Let's go.
He's ready to go. And 49er fans, Baldy, got a Christmas gift yesterday. I mean, was that the best performance we've seen from Brock Purdy in the regular season last night?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not every Sunday or Monday night or whatever that you can throw 5 touchdown passes like that. I mean, that was clean. That was a very clean operation. At one point, I think he had 5 incompletions and 4 touchdowns in the third quarter to 4 different receivers. So I mean, it was like a Brock Purdy holiday party, honestly. And everybody was getting gifts. Everybody had stockings. Everybody got themselves some numbers. It was very clean, very clean. And the guys up front did a great job. So we're seeing, like I said last week, guys, like this is a healthy offense, and they're executing at a high level. And Kyle keeps just tweaking the innovation and some of the things he's doing, especially in the run game, where you go, and Troy bragged about it last night, but honestly, it's a very, very sharp operation, and it's something that anybody that plays the 49ers in the postseason is going to have to contend with.
Yeah, you bring up the Purdy stuff, and that looked like vintage Steve Young, like in the 90s. That's what it looked like to me. Rolling out right, throwing across his body, pre-snap, recognizing who to throw to, sucking in the linebacker with the play action, teardrop over the top. How about the throw where he's going left, switches the feet like a shortstop in the hole, throws across his body, and then the layered throw on the touchdown pass to Juwan Jennings. I mean, there were so many great plays in this one, but I thought his feet were outstanding, and they meshed up with his eyeballs. He looked so healthy. He looked so good last night, Baldy. You've been watching him all year. What was different, though, about it? Everything came into fruition, it felt like.
Well, a couple things, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, your eyes aren't deceiving you. You're spot on. I mean, if you're going to throw 5 touchdown passes, you're going to complete the percentage of passes that he completed. You're going to have great footwork. Yeah, you're not going to do it any other way. It's going to start with the footwork and getting your feet in the proper position. He had 35 dropbacks last night, Joe. He got touched 1 time. The offensive line protected him really well. Some of it, you can't give him any cleaner looks than what he had. On all the touchdown passes, even the rollout where he hit Kittle, he's got to keep the ball away from the backside corner who's looking for work. I think that was Jones at the time, Jalen Jones. But he's got to keep it away from him, and Kittle knows that too. And that's why he really jumped up and attacked the ball in the air, because it could be a dangerous throw because you're not really seeing the backside corner, but he's lurking. And so, he's just rolling to his right. He's buying time. He's waiting for somebody to pop. Kittle does. But you still got to keep it away from the backside corner who's coming to try to make a play.
I feel like I'm taking away from Brock Purdy when I bring up Christian because he's been so good. I mean, just so good. But I mean this, like, independent of Brock. I think CMC should be somewhere in this MVP conversation, the way that he's played. I know he hasn't popped the big run, but he's been an absolute workhorse. And then underneath, he's been such a reliable target for this guy. Why is he not getting any buzz whatsoever in a year where it doesn't feel like there's a clear-cut MVP? He should at least be in the mix somewhere. I know JSN should be in the mix, but just Christian specifically, Baldy, he's been amazing.
All right, so let me give you the resume here, Joe, to support your point. 372 touches, most in the league. He's going to get over 100 catches. He's going to get over 2,000 yards. He's going to lead the 49ers in receiving. They've got 11 wins. Their offense runs through him. He's going to get over 400 touches again this year. He might achieve that this week, in a big game. So he's been spectacular. And the thing is, obviously last year he had 50 touches. I mean, it was, from the very beginning, he was a broken horse. But he's the workhorse right now, and he's the one. This offense runs through him. It's amazing in a game where you're up by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter that he's still even touching the ball. But he looks so fresh, though. You can't say he hasn't looked nicked up at all in any game this whole season.
They put a graphic on the board yesterday, and it was, I believe, Jim Brown, Christian McCaffrey, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. The most 100-yard scrimmage games of all time. I mean, look, I know Frank Gore had just an unreal run with the San Francisco 49ers, and they've had Joe the Jet Perry and John Henry Johnson. They've had different guys. Is he the most talented player? Most talented, not the biggest resume, to ever play at the running back position for the Niners. They had Ricky Waters, Roger Craig. They've had some amazing players. I mean, I don't say that lightly, Baldy. He's in a class all his own. Is he a Hall of Famer already? I don't know. You tell me.
No, he's got a good Hall of Fame resume. Now, Ricky Waters people forget how good he was.
13,000.
And they won a Super Bowl with Ricky.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the number of years of great football that he had. I mean, he deserves real Hall of Fame recognition. I just happen to know Ricky got to know him when he was in Philly and playing with the Eagles. Went to 49ers, won a Super Bowl. I mean, he was unbelievable in that Super Bowl. But he's building a Hall of Fame resume. I'll say this. It's the greatest trade in 49ers history.
Wow.
I think you could say that. I mean, Joe, you probably at your fingertips have the whole history.
Yeah, Fred Dean.
I can't think. Huh?
Fred Dean was a great trade. They traded for Fred Dean.
Fred Dean was a great trade.
Yeah, this is different.
This is different. It's probably the greatest trade in Niner history because literally from the day he got here, the offense just exploded. And, Super Bowls have followed and championship games and, the emergence of Brock Purdy, all those things have been benefited by that trade that they made in the middle of that season, whatever that year was, 2022, 2019, whatever it was. Yeah.
Talking to Brian Baldinger here on the Morning Roast, courtesy of the River Islands guest liner, Odyssey NFL Insider. And Baldy, is it fair to say that the NFC West right now that has 3 playoff teams in the Seahawks, Rams, and Niners, do they also have the 3 best quarterbacks in the conference?
Wow.
Well, I mean, Jalen Hurts is, I mean, you'd have an argument.
If you ask the Philly fans, they'll say no. Baldy, if you ask Philly fans, they'll say hell no.
Yeah, but if you put his record up as a starting quarterback, nobody in this whole postseason comes close. But anyways, look, I would say that I think Sam Darnold is certainly in that conversation. It's just that you still are not sure what you're going to get in a big spot from Sam. I mean, that's just fair. So just because of what he has done, playoffs last year, games against the Rams this year, they won the game, but still some questionable decisions. So that still is yet to be determined. Sam in a big game, in a playoff game, what he's going to do. I think we know that Brock Purdy is going to play great. We know that Stafford is going to play great in the postseason. I think Jalen Hurts is going to play great. We don't know what Caleb's going to do in the post yet. We don't know what Bryce Young, if he gets there, is going to do in the postseason for Carolina. I'll see him this week against Seattle. Maybe we'll get a better feel for it.
I'm watching George Kittle last night, and obviously he got injured in the game, and he's fighting through it, and he's doing everything he can to go out there, and he's just making play after play after play. He's just such a beast. I mean, just such a beast. I thought he was going to come down with that one in the end zone. He's 2 catches away now from T.O. all time in 49er receptions in the regular season. Isn't that incredible? Wow. And I never feel like he's featured, as that guy. How great is this guy as a player? I mean, Baldy, you watch all these great players. I see a young guy, Tyler Warren, on the other side who wants to be as good as George Kittle one day. Somehow I feel like he's still underrated. That's how good he is.
Well, I mean, if you go deep inside, you say, what's the skill set? Okay. Route running, elite. A ball's in the air, George is attacking the ball in the air. He's not waiting on the ball to come to him. He's attacking the ball in the air. Touchdowns, you got to finish drives. He finishes drives. He's got 7 again this year. You need a play, 3rd down, 4th down. Pretty good idea that you should consider 85 in that play, that you need to extend a drive, make a comeback, whatever. Big games, postseason, George shows up. Blocking, as good as anybody in this business. Tyler Warren's going to be a good player. He's not the blocker that George Kittle is right now. intensity, just game to game. Does he ever take a game off? Does he ever look like he's not into it? Ever? Like he's got the hair flip going right now. It's just it's every component of the game right now. The toughness, playing through injuries. We've seen a number of those over the years. Never ever doesn't have the game face on game day. And then I like watching guys that look like they're having fun out there. And George always looks like he's having fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then, he goes out of the game with the ankle injury, and we don't know where he's at. We'll find out. Ton just goes out there. I thought he caught that touchdown. Now, they ended up scoring on the very next play. Baldy, for a tight end to make that contortion of a catch with the toe tap the way that he did, they got to find a way to get this guy on the field some more alongside George Kittle, right?
Well, they've let a lot of good tight ends walk that have been the number 2 tight end to George Kittle. But maybe they just knew that Tongas was going to be that guy. I mean, I think he's got 4 touchdown catches. When other guys were injured this year, he stepped up. It was a big part of it. I thought the play should have been challenged, honestly. Like, I didn't understand it. We all saw the replay.
Thank you.
Like, how isn't that play challenged by anybody at that point? I mean, I thought he deserved a look. It could have been 5 touchdowns, to 5 different guys. But yeah, regardless, he's been really, really good. And everybody is in some version of 13 personnel in this league. The 49ers don't really do that because they use juice in that role. But everybody else is in that formation in this league right now for a variety of reasons. And he's that tight end number 2 that you have to be in this offense right now.
And then you look at the wide receivers, you got KB making plays, Kendrick Bourne. There's an energy to him. I know he'll drop a ball here and there, but there's an energy. He's always making plays. And then Juwan Jennings, just the toughness, the contested catch ability. I know they didn't have Ricky Pearsall. Did they miss a beat, though, on the outside or on the inside from the receivers without him? I'm not trying to rip Ricky. I feel like Kendrick Bourne is very underrated.
No, he's been excellent. I mean, and his blocking is really good.
Wow.
He's a really good blocker. I mean, that you just watch, the big run that Christian had in the fourth quarter for 24 yards. I mean, go watch Kendrick, blocking on that play. No, he's a big part of this offense. He's a trusted guy. I think he got the bonus last night. Happy for him. Always good to get Christmas bonuses this time of the year. That leads to a lot of nice gifts under the tree. So, yeah, look, he's so happy to be back here in this offense, after traveling through the league and different stops. Like, he's at home back here right now.
Brian Baldinger joined us here on the Morning Roast, courtesy of River Islands, our Odyssey NFL insider. What did you think of some of the catches? As we're talking about Bourne and Tonjes and Pittman, there was a couple challenges there. The one on Pittman, I know Joe feels pretty passionately. He didn't think it was a catch. Then they challenged it.
The Bourne drop.
Yeah, the Bourne one.
There's just an inconsistency on what a catch is and what it isn't, and playing it through the ground. And within the same game, it was like, the Bourne one's not a catch. Oh, but this one is a catch. And then the Tonjes one isn't. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, it's the same crew.
I know, but Joe, I look, I don't know what a catch is. I don't know what it is. I was in Baltimore a couple weeks ago when Isaiah Lakeley's got the ball in his hands, and maybe the Ravens beat the Steelers that day. And I don't know, it's 2 feet and a football move. It's 3 feet. I don't know everything that they're looking at right now and what gets looked at under the microscope anymore. We saw that game on Thursday night where 2-point conversion. We hear the whistle blows it dead, but it's not dead. It's Zach Charbonnet just casually just picking the ball up in the end zone. Turns out to be a 2-point play. Like, Seattle doesn't win that game. No. They're not in first place in the division if he doesn't pick that ball up. So everything is going to be questioned. And honestly, we're going to have these issues in the postseason, Joe, unfortunately. But we're going to be spending our days and nights after these games debating a catch, a fumble, a whistle. Like, it's just going to happen. It's the way that the camera views and the way that we can slow things down to like a millisecond right now. It's going to create problems in the postseason, just like it did last night.
I mean, the game the night before, the Detroit Lions fans are thinking, yeah, you were there, Baldy.
You were there.
chaos towards the end. There were like 5 flags on that final drive. Shasky's got Jared Goff and fantasy implications. He's
I was losing my mind.
No, look, I'm there, and we're all waiting. Carl Cheffers was the referee, and my play-by-play guy, Chris Carino, he's waiting to give the call. He's done everything right. Flags are out on the field. The ball's been lateral to Jared Goff. Goff is in the end zone. Lion fans have their fans, arms up in the air. It's a touchdown. All this stuff, and then there's a 5-minute debate with 6 officials, and I don't know if they're going back and forth to New York. And then the ruling comes out, touchdown Lions, except that it's negated by the pass interference play on Amon-Ra St. Brown. So it's very confusing. It's very confusing, and they got it right. I don't know if it got it right from the standpoint of how it was enunciated at the end, but they eventually get it right.
And then they had the pick play, which they never call that down at the goal line. They call the little pick play on the play prior where Amon-Ra caught the touchdown. Getting back to the Niners, though, the defense. I know everyone's losing their minds because Phillip, threw for a lot of yards, and I thought he was actually much better in this game in terms of climbing the pocket, getting rid of the ball. They had the crossers. I thought Upton-Stout had a great game. I thought Alfred Collins and C.J. West had great games. And I thought they did a good job bottling up a great player in Jonathan Taylor. Yes, there are some things that need to be cleaned up. But overall, I'm actually really encouraged with a lot of the young players on defense. What do you see on film, Baldy?
I saw that. I mean, I want to do a breakdown on Upton-Stout today. I thought it was one of his better games. I thought he was highly, highly competitive. I think they flagged him once, but regardless, Mustafa Stout, I think some of those, Alfred Collins, I thought had a good game. That's a good look. Jonathan Taylor still could win the rushing title. I mean, he's got games of 200 yards this year. They bottled him up. He didn't get loose. His longest game last night was either 6 or 7 yards. I thought they squeezed the run really good. If you're going to say, all right, what are we going to take away in this game? Are you going to take away Phillip Rivers and his ability to see the field and, make some throws, or you want to bottle up Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Taylor is going to hurt you a lot more. And I thought that they did a good job of taking that away. They didn't get to Phillip Rivers a lot. I mean, he's a veteran. He wins from the pocket. He gets rid of the ball with those shot put throws of his. But I thought taking Jonathan Taylor away last night was a big part of the defense's success.
Baldy, is that the recipe going forward for this defense? Is you're going to have to outscore them. This isn't going to be the 85 Bears where you can shut these teams out. They're going to score on this defense. You just got to be opportunistic when you have an opportunity, whether it's special teams or on defense, a fumble, an interception, a pick six, obviously, that you got with D. Winters there to ice the game. Is that how this team's going to have to win games going forward, but just outscoring and getting turnovers?
Well, you've got to take some possessions. Okay, so Jair Brown on a kickoff last night gets the ball out of Amir Abdullah's hands, punches it out, perfect punch. You could tell that they practice it, not just defenders but special teams. You watch even offensive players I've seen now working on the peanut punch in case there's a turnover to punch the ball out. You could tell that they're working on it. So he punches the ball out, and Tongas gets on top of it. All right, they got a takeaway. D got the pick six. All those things are showing up, but I feel like there's going to be a formula. And then you watch Pinheiro. He's been unbelievable. The 64-yarder hisses the crossbar. But, the guys on the team, on the field goal protection team, they got their hands in the air. The ball's going straight. Now, I know it's indoors. It's Lucas Oil. I get all that. But the players think it's going to be good. Now, it hits the crossbar. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it bounces back, sometimes it double doinks. But I think you can count on Pinheiro from anywhere beyond the 50-yard line. I think that you can maybe count on a takeaway at some point. And so I feel like McCaffrey, ball possession, the quarterback making good throws, dinking and dunking if you have to against an explosive team like the Rams. I feel like there's a formula out there. We got 2 really tough games coming up. There's a formula that the 49ers are playing to right now that can lead to playoff victories. And it's despite having big-time playmakers on defense like some of these other teams have in the postseason. So it's up to Kyle to coach it. solid to coach it. Special teams have made some good decisions. Pinheiro has got to continue to be perfect. And you do enough of those things, you could beat good playoff teams at home or on the road.
And Baldy, the Niners became the first team in NFL history to score 80-plus points in a two-game stretch with 0 punts. That's insane. Morstead's just there warming up when they're talking about it on the podcast. Yeah, first team ever. That's 80-plus points scored on offense and no punts. It's incredible.
Well, I mean, the only time we saw the punter last night was cutaways on the sideline stretching. But I think the year that Drew Brees in New Orleans won the Super Bowl, I think Morstead was the punter.
He was.
I think Morstead was the punter. You can look it up. And I think he went through a stretch of games without punting.
Wow.
I think it was just – they led the league in takeaways that year, and I don't think Morstead punted a couple of weeks during that season.
That was his rookie year, Baldy, wow. 2009. Isn't that crazy?
Baldy, I'm looking at that Christmas tree over your shoulder, and I love asking you these kinds of questions. I got 2 quick ones for you. What is on your dinner table for a Christmas meal? You know, everyone's got their thing. Some families do prime rib. Here in San Francisco, you got to have a little cracked crab, you know, for certain families. What is it for you that has to be on the dinner table for Christmas?
Well, in the refrigerator right now is a 20-pound ham that's thawing. So there's going to be a lot of ham, all right? And then everything that goes with it. You know, I mean, I think we have, cherries and pineapple to, spice it up. There's going to be a turkey. Turkey at every big, whether it's Thanksgiving, Easter, there's going to be a turkey. So I think those 2 are going to be the main courses. And then there's going to be every kind of dessert known to man, whether it's pies or cookies or cakes. There's going to be a lot of desserts just because it's just a sweet time of the year. Yeah. And I got a sweet tooth. So we're going to have a lot of those. Our celebration is Christmas is tomorrow night.
Nice.
So this place is going to be pretty well lit up, decorated, and there's going to be a lot of food.
All right, so I'll tell a quick story, and then I want to hear yours. Think about the worst gift you ever got, okay? When I was a kid, the family owned, on my mom's side, they owned a bike company, and so all the kids got new bikes, and they were rolling out all these new bikes. I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old, and there's no bike for me. And all of a sudden they go, yeah, we're going to give you this hand-me-down junker bike, which I was happy to have a bike, but everyone else got brand new bikes. And I got this used one a couple years earlier, and they said, you don't need one. You don't need a bike. My grandma got me a tax calculator, the one with the paper roll on it. I was going to be a calculator. And my dad and me laughed and laughed and laughed. Worst gift of all time. You get a bike. You get a bike. You get a bike.
Yeah.
I love bicycles. Here's your calculator so that you can run taxes, okay? It was the worst gift of all time. And I love my grandma, but it was just terrible. Yeah. What was the worst gift Brian Baldinger has ever received or given?
Well, I'll say this. It was both the best gift and the worst gift. Okay. So I get, I'm living in Minnesota, and we had a backyard that when the snow would melt, everybody's yard drained into the back of ours. And we had a natural pond, a frozen pond in the backyard. So the best gift I ever got was a Christian Brothers hockey stick with a perfect curve.
Okay.
So I can't wait to go tape it up and go in the pond and start taking some slap shots. So the best gift, I'm literally, we've already gone through church. We had our dinner, and I'm now playing with my hockey stick, with my Bauer Brothers skates on, the whole thing. And I'm in the backyard, and I'm taking these slap shots, and I take this slap shot. My dad's sitting there in the basement. He's watching the Blue-Gray game on Christmas Day. And I take this slap shot. It goes right through the window. It crashes through the window on Christmas Day. Narrowly misses my father's head. Now it's 14 degrees outside. The window's crashed. There's no way to actually get the window fixed. My dad is now upset as all hell on Christmas Day. I've disturbed his game. It was the best gift and the worst gift. That puck went right through the window and busted it up. We got cold air coming in the basement. My dad got to get out. We got to go patch the window up. It was the best and the worst all at the same time.
I love that.
Baldy, we got Bears coming on Sunday night. What do they pose like a problem-wise offensively that Niners defensively have to worry about? Like, I can't think of a more polar opposite quarterback when it comes to going from Phillip Rivers to Caleb Williams when it comes to the arm and the athleticism.
Well, you're going to get a bunch. You're going to get a team that leads the league in takeaways, and they just keep coming. All right. I mean, I think they got the lead by over 5. So they're in the 30s right now, takeaways. They lead the league in interception. All right. So they're in the passing lanes. They've got thieves back there. Okay. That's on defense. Offensively, I don't like. There's Kyle Shanahan has done this for a decade or more, for a long, long time. He's good. This Ben Johnson is creative in a different way. They're minus Roma Dunze. They're minus Luther Burden against the Packers. It doesn't matter. I didn't know Ja'Day Walker until he catches a touchdown pass. Like, his ability to attack defenses in the run game and in the pass game is as good as anybody's in this business. And so now that you got a quarterback that trusts him, that has been coached hard the way Kyle coaches hard. And now he's much more disciplined, but he is a great athlete. He's hard to get to the ground. Like, he can extend plays. He's not looking to do it like he did last year. He's not running around, just frenetically. But he can create. He's hard to get to the ground. He's an elite athlete with an arm to throw to win the game against the Packers. To DJ Moore is 55 yards in the air, and it's a dime. This Kyle Manung guy is as hard to tackle as any back in this league. A 7th-round pick out of Rutgers.
Yeah.
Their ability, they play 13 personnel. You'll see 3 tight ends on the field. They're a very good offense that third downs, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, they might run it. They run it as much as anybody on 3rd down. It's not a guaranteed. Oh, let's put our nickel on the field. Let's play pass. No, they might come after you in the run game the way they play offense.
Merry Christmas, Baldy.
We appreciate the time, man.
We really do.
Yeah. Likewise, guys. All the best, man. Merry Christmas.
You're the freaking best.
All right, we'll do it again next week. That's
Did you
Brian
really grow up
Baldinger.
if you didn't break away?